Sir, Madam Chair, the pro team comes today with a dangerous westernized strategy. They look at elite universities abroad and think, what if we just give Indonesian students a line of credit? So they will got a higher degree, they will got a corporate job, but no, there is not as simple as that. My rebuttal against their argument is uh, this is economic naivety. Why? Because A, they assume that university degree inherently commands a high premium in the Indonesian market. But B, the reality is that what we're experiencing suffer degree inflation. However, in the status quo, a bachelor's degree no longer guarantee a corporate position job. Today, millions of graduates are underemployed with UMR or local minimum wage. So you cannot pay off 50 million rupiah student loan with a minimum wage. The pros win-win solution. Uh, the pros win-win solution is built on a house of cards. Also, the proposition team had mentioned that they could pay back when they're getting a job. But reminder, the student who take a student loan uh, is a student who came from a low income background, so they will forced to be take on a mess. So they will be forced to be take a massive loan debt. However, if the students got a job and they need to pay back with their salary, they will instantly losing a half of their monthly income for loan repayment because uh, and that is sorry, and that could cause that could cause a more burden they need to take. And the oppositions today hold a mechanism that could increase university access to be clear, stable, and sustainable. Also, we have two mechanisms here. One, instead of creating a debt, we will aggressively expand to existing KIPK or Kartu Indonesia Pintar Kuliah program, turning into a non-repayable merit and need-based grant funded by a luxury tax on high net worth individuals. Two, we will enforce we will enforce strict state caps on UKT at public universities, freezing tuition hikes and forcing university to optimize their administrative budgets rather than shifting costs onto vulnerable youth. And next into our burden of proof. First, we will prove that Indonesia's unique economist architecture makes student loans an uh, absolute logistical and financial impossibility. Two, we will prove that did, sorry, two, we will prove that this fundamental corrupts that propose a higher education. So we proudly stand to oppose and not wanting this policy exist. And let me just bring my first argument, which addressed our practical burden of proof. So, we think a student loan mechanism is structurally incompatible with Indonesia's economy and will lead to systematic mass default and the financial ruin of young graduates. Why? Because for the student loan system to work safely, a country need a highly formalized economy where graduates immediately secure, stable, and paying corporate jobs with predictable salaries. But however, this is not Indonesia. Many fresh graduates who enter formal sector uh, sorry in Indonesia, many fresh graduates who enter formal sectors, their wages are frequently hover right at or barely above UMR or local minimum wage. When you give them a 10 or 100 million rupiah debt, you're assuming to dis- they will have a disposable income to pay it back. But when they graduate into an economy characterized by underemployed and high competition, etc., they can't even afford a living cost, let alone loans premium, and trapping them forever. If the loan if the loan is a state backed, the government will face an unpredicted default rates, collapsing the very fund meant to sustain. And as an evidence, we've already seen the warning with the recent controversy surrounding the use of uh, a fintech platform or pinjol to pay UKT. Does it help people? Of course, it helps people. But does it really effective? No, because many of them ended being haunted by debt collectors, running by the sorry, uh, but does but does it really effective? No, because many of them ended being haunted by debt collectors and ruining their credit score, etc., etc. And I think because Indonesian's job market cannot guarantee the formal wages necessary to pay back these loans. However, it doesn't uplift the poor but financially change them in the same cycle. Into my second argument, that mandating student loan mechanism will cause Indonesian university to aggressively increase their tuition fees or UKT, making education even more unaffordable. Let's just look at the economics of universities administration. Currently, university uh, Currently, even state-run autonomous ones or PTNBH are restricted in how much they can raise a tuition because they know local population simply cannot afford it. There is a hard ceiling on price based on what families can afford out of their pocket. However, universities have an immediate incentive to mark up in tuition fees to fund administrative expansion, vanity campus project, and higher executive salaries, etc., etc. Just look on what happened to the cost of higher education in countries that already adapted a student loan system. Over the last few decades, universities' tuition fees in that nation skyrocketing on an insane rate. Uh, the exact same thing would happen in Indonesia. This case, the cost of UKT will be totally surged, meaning the students will be forced to take even massive loans just to keep up, creating a inflationary spiral of debt. So instead of making educational accessible, student loan mechanism gives university a blank check to to exploit students. Sorry. Instead of making educational seem accessible, the student loans mechanism gives university a blank check to exploit students. It distracts it distracts the education market and ensures the next generation pays double for the exact same degrees. His, this complete by this, I already completely fulfilled my second burden of proof that loans are a regressive mechanism that harms the collective good. Mr. Madam Chair, Indonesia's youth do not need a death sentence. They need a state that genuinely invests in their future through direct funding, structural grants, and systematic subsidies under our model. However, in the latest condition, Indonesians have faced Indonesians have faced many economic issues such as the high budget for MBG or makanan bergizi gratis, uh, the inflation, the inflation, sorry, the inflation that caused decreasing value of rupiah, etc., etc. For this reason, the opposition clearly stands to oppose this.